This is a really long vlog, the longest vlog that I've made, and I'm trying to answer all of your questions as best as I can. Get some popcorn, sit down, it's gonna be a doozy. So I'm gonna start with the most asked questions and then go all the way down to the least asked questions and then just some of the really random ones. What do you think Pakistan? Why do you think Pakistan? Why do you think Pakistan? Why Pakistan? Why Pakistan? Why Pakistan? Why did I choose Pakistan? Why did you choose Pakistan for traveling? Why Pakistan? Out of 190, 200 countries, why on earth would you travel to Pakistan? I love adventure and I love going places that a lot of other people aren't going.
Just for miles and miles and miles, nothing but just mountains and trees and wilderness. It's, oh my gosh.
I don't like the traditional touristy places, that's just not really my thing. So my background isn't in journalism, but I'm really fascinated by storytelling.
Before I talk about anything else, I want to dispel a couple of myths associated with hitchhiking. The first is that all hitchhikers are murderers and all people that pick up hitchhikers are murderers.
And one of the reasons I wanted to come to Pakistan was because I wanted to do a collab with Pakistani journalists.
Alexander Daniel ने पाकिस्तान जर्नलिस्ट एसोसिएशन के ओहदेदारों से भी मुलाकात की, पाक अमेरिका ताल्लुकात और बाहमी रवाबत पर रोशनी डाली.
And do stories that reflected how Pakistan actually was, because I knew that it wasn't true. I have some Pakistani friends back home, and they told me, it isn't what the media says it was. You can see that in the very first videos that I made about Pakistan is I was coming to do a collab with journalists,
Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up a network in Pakistan so I can come back in October to build up my reputation and build a portfolio.
I happened to be vlogging at the same time, and coincidentally the vlogging took off more than the journalism. So that's pretty much why I came to Pakistan. So why Urdu? First thing you should know about me is the fact that I've been studying languages for almost as long as I can remember.
5年之前我来过这里，和这个地方这个市场就改变了好多。就是本来你可以讨价还价但是现在就是一点点不可以。
It was important for my parents that we learn a bunch of different languages so that we could survive in a global economy. What in the heck is a global economy? So if something happened in the United States and we needed to work anywhere in the world, we could. So being able to work in more than just one country. And so we grew up learning Spanish, and then after I spent about a year in Mexico. After that I went and studied 2 years, I studied Chinese for 2 years in China. And then after that I had the opportunity to study in a language school and studied Urdu and Hindi. One of the reasons why I'm choosing these languages is because my goal is to conquer the world. No, it's actually to be able to speak with as many people around the world as I possibly can. And that was my whole thing for a long time, is I have to learn 5 languages by the time I turn 25. And so that's what I did. Okay, so another really big question is, do you have a girlfriend in Pakistan? Are you gonna marry a Pakistani? Are you single? Are you gonna marry a Pakistani girl? When are you gonna get married? Where are you gonna get married to a Pakistani girl? Her name is Taylor, and she lives in the United States in New Orleans, and she's awesome. As far as marrying a Pakistani girl, I don't think my girlfriend would approve. So the answer is no. The big one. What about the hair? Okay, so what shampoo do you use? These are really good. I love these. Some of these are actually there's 2 different opinions. One's cut your hair, and then the other one is I love your hair so much. So the answer is no, I'm not gonna cut my hair. Yes, I'm gonna keep growing my hair. I don't know for how long, but as far as the stuff that I use, any shampoo, any conditioner, and then occasionally something maybe a light coconut oil afterwards to make it not as fluffy. Yeah, it's glorious. I'm gonna keep growing it. I love my hair. Hair product companies, now's your chance. I wanna be in your hair commercial. What can Pakistan do to improve? There's 3 things that I think can be improved. One of them is for me personally, and the other 2 are just for the sake of improvement. Now the first thing is the way that people throw trash in the street, literally just litter everywhere, and this is a huge culture shock for me, and was a huge culture shock, and will be a huge culture shock for me. It's just the fact that you toss whatever trash you have into the street. This is really infuriating because, you have a great country, but it's littered, especially the cities are littered with trash. And there's a bunch of different reasons why you can say that it's the government's fault for not creating places to throw trash or proper waste facilities. But I think it comes down to the individual, whether or not you're gonna throw that plastic bottle in the street. Now people might give me crap for this, but this is really big, and I think this is huge on what Pakistan should improve. The other thing that I think should be improved upon, and you'll see this in my other videos, is gender equality in Pakistan, and water. These are huge for me. I can't tackle all of the issues and I don't plan on it, but I do plan on talking a lot about these two issues because I think these are super important for the betterment of Pakistan. As far as improvements to be more tourist friendly, I think you guys are actually doing a really great job. It's just a matter of being discovered, and I think, this is my prediction, in the next 1 or 2 years, Pakistan will be a hotspot for adventure tourism, for backpacking tourism. This is only if there's no like crazy upheaval in the government, or if something happens and like a terrorist attack or something and then the media catches wind of it and runs with it. Now, I think it is Pakistan's responsibility and like social media's responsibility to show what Pakistan is actually like. And I think that the only way you can do that is through social media, through your pictures and videos, and be like, hey, this is what Pakistan is actually like. These are cultures, these are food, these are places, and keep showing that, and people are eventually going to catch on. And then the best things about Pakistan, talk about this a lot through all of the vlogs, is hospitality. So here I am in this shop in Pindi, and I'm talking to the shopkeeper, and he's giving me chocolate. I mean, think about it, right? If I did this anywhere else in the world, this just doesn't happen. Hospitality in Pakistan is unparalleled, and I think that's one of the biggest traits, more than the beautiful destinations up north and like the deserts and everything. Hospitality in Pakistan for sure. When am I coming to Karachi? When are you coming to Karachi? When are you coming to Karachi? I will be in Karachi at the end of this month, which is December, so I'll be in Karachi end of December, and I probably will be there for about a month and a half. So stay tuned, there will be meetups up there. I'm coming to Karachi, believe me. Hold your horses. So what about plans for the northern areas? When are you coming to the northern areas? Stay tuned because I'm going to be taking a rickshaw from Karachi, driving it solo all the way up to the northern areas, and the whole trip is going to take 6 months. So I've been in Pakistan for about a year. How the heck do you make money? And there's a couple of different ways you can do that. As of right now, I'm making $0, like zero. I have not made a penny off of this vlog. And the reason is not because I can't, it's because I'm very picky about who sponsors me. I don't want sponsors to influence the content that I create. And this comes from the ideas of journalism. I want to be able to tell the best story I can without being influenced by outside sources. Big rules for me is I won't take any money from the government or the military. The reason is because if I want to promote the proper image of Pakistan, I want to promote it exactly as it is, not tainted. So this is really, really big. Now there are ways to do this. That's usually by like ads. You can either do like in-video sponsorships, which is like, hey, this video is sponsored by blah, 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 blah. You can do also like the YouTube ads, but the YouTube ads don't actually work for me because my audience is predominantly like South Asian, so Indian and Pakistan, and AdSense doesn't really work with that. You can look that up. But yeah, basically you don't make any money off of that. So how do I afford this, what I'm doing, if I'm not making any money? And the answer is I work a lot, and especially in a lot of odd jobs that aren't very glamorous. So like in the past, I've worked as a bicycle mechanic, I've worked as a waiter, I managed a bed and breakfast for a couple of seasons. I've done all sorts of odds and ends jobs. Most of them aren't very glamorous in front of the camera. I like this one. What had I studied and where? The answer is I don't have any degree from anywhere. I don't have any qualifications. There's nothing that makes me any better than anybody else at doing these vlogs. Anybody can do that. I think that's one of the cool things about vlogging is literally you can pick up a cell phone camera, cameras are just relatively inexpensive now, and you can do any kind of camera works, especially for vlogging. I don't have any degree from anywhere, so I don't really have any qualifications. I basically graduated high school, that's pretty much it. And that's one of the reasons why my name is college free as opposed to my name. The reason is because I believe that education comes through experience, and oftentimes we get wrapped up in the fact that you have to go to college in order to receive a proper education, which I think higher education is absolutely mandatory. You have to learn as much as you can all of the time. That being said, it doesn't come from a single source, and that's one of the things that I hope to promote in my vlog is to show that, hey, there are people all over the world doing all sorts of things that are really, really cool, and we can learn from them. So we don't necessarily have to go to college in order to receive a higher education. There's plenty of other ways to achieve a higher education. And so I'll be storytelling and trying to show, hey, what are those ways? What are people doing? I mean, what are some other alternatives, you know? I met this couple while hitchhiking across Wyoming, and they offered to show me how to shoot guns. And that day I learned a lot about gun safety. And in seeing the world, you'll be able to learn a whole lot. Like, I'm gonna learn a whole bunch of stuff on this rickshaw trip. Family. Okay, so my family is actually really, really cool, and it's not like a lot of other American families. So my parents decided to make us travel from like a really young age. I love that I paused the screen here, and this is the face that I ended up making. But anyway, from like a really young age. And when I mean from a young age, I mean from a really young age. I mean, look at these photos. Basically, so I'm from Texas. I was born in Waco, Texas. There's 5 kids in my family. So my parents, my mom, and my dad, and then my 4 other siblings. So it's my older sister, Katrina, who's in South Korea, and she does some really, really cool stuff. You can check out her Instagram here. She's, yeah, really cool stuff. And then there is me. So Katrina, me, and there's Juliana, who's an artist, and she is in Berlin. Her artwork is incredible. Definitely check out her Instagram right here. Seriously, check it out, check it out, check it out. Her stuff is really, really cool. And then my little brother who's in Texas, he doesn't have an Instagram, but he's an engineer for electrical engineering. And then there's my little sister who is an aspiring ballerina, but she is with my parents either in Texas or in Amsterdam. I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions about why Amsterdam, but because they really liked it, and so they moved there. Next week on College Free. And then what do my parents think about Pakistan? To be honest, all my family and friends. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and live hard and stay awesome. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and live hard and stay awesome.